Welcome to the Massillon City Council meeting for Monday, July 15th, 2024. We have in attendance with us this evening the following city officials.
Mayor Jamie Sloots.
Here.
Safety Service Director Renee Baker. Here. Assistant Law Director Edmund Mack.
Here.
City Engineer Alex Pitts.
Here.
Director of Development Ted King.
Here.
Police Chief Jason St. Noy.
Here.
Income Tax Budget Director Lori Katagides-Boron.
Here.
Chief Building Official Frank Silla.
Here.
And Code Enforcement Officer Dan Fisher.
Here.
Is there anyone from administration I missed? That's it, Mr. President.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. On number 5 on tonight's agenda is where the public can speak on any item that appears on the agenda. And then under number 17 is where the public can speak on any item that does not appear on tonight's agenda as well. I want to remind everyone with the cell phone at this time to please turn it down or set it to vibrate. Thank you. Roll call that.
Brian Huth. Here. Creamer.
Present.
Cunningham. Gregg.
Here.
Howard Smith.
Here.
Lewis.
Present.
Lombardi.
Here.
Ray.
Here.
And Sneed.
Here.
Roll call of 8 present.
Councilman Lombardi.
Thank you, President Slater. I'd like to make a motion to excuse Councilwoman Cunningham.
Second by Councilwoman Ryan Booth. Roll call, please.
Creamer.
Yes.
Gregg.
Yes.
Howard Smith.
Yes.
Lewis.
Yes.
Lombardi.
Yes.
Ray.
Yes.
Sneed.
Yes.
And Brian Huth.
Yes.
8 yes to excuse Councilwoman Cunningham.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Tonight's invocation is by Councilwoman Freeman.
Thank you, Mr. President. Please stand and join me in the Lord's Prayer and the Pledge of Allegiance. Our Father, who art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Councilwoman Freeman. Item number 4, reading of the journal. Madam Clerk, are the minutes of the previous meeting transcribed and open for public viewing?
Yes, they are.
Are there any additions or corrections that need to be made?
No, there are not.
If not, then the minutes stand approved as written. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Item number 5, remarks of delegations of citizens to matters on tonight's agenda. This is the part of the agenda where the community may speak on a topic that appears on the agenda this evening. If you'd like to speak on something on this agenda, please come forward, state your name, address, the ward you live in, the topic you wish to discuss, and please limit your comments to 4 minutes or less. Seeing none, we move forward. Item number 6, new and miscellaneous business. A few corrections to tonight's agenda, which was sent out on Friday. Ordinance number 7020-24 is listed by the Health, Welfare, and Business Regulation Committee. It should be listed by the Finance Committee. Ordinance number 602024 is listed by the Rules, Courts, and Civil Service Committee. It should be listed by the Community Development Committee. Apologies from the Council Clerk, and those have been corrected. At this time, I'd like to call forward Mr. Edmund Mack.
Hello. Thank you very much. Excuse me. I'm going to grab one thing. I'll be very, very brief. And thank you, Mr. President. The state auditor, some of you may know, is really kind of taking a different approach to how they view public service and the handling of public funds. And now, for the first time, the state auditor has issued a requirement that every elected official and public employee of every municipality in the state of Ohio and state employee complete online training about reporting fraud and what your obligations are with respect to monitoring and oversight of public funds. So I'd like to hand out a memo to each members of the body. This explains the process in a little bit more detail. It's a very brief webinar, 7 minutes long. It's really important. Doesn't mean, it's a really good thing the auditor is doing this, and we have to have everyone complete this training by September. It's here, listed here. And it's something that we all have to do, and not only is it something we all have to go to do, but it's good for our community and it's taxpayers' dollars. So, thank you very much, Mr. President. Thank you, Leader, for giving me the time. And that's it. Thank you.
Item number 7, introduction of ordinances and resolutions. Ordinance number 67-2024.
An ordinance authorizing the chief of police on behalf of the Massillon Police Department to accept donations from Henderson Lodge number 105 and Huntington National Bank for the National Night Out and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Lombardi.
Thank you, President Slater. This is self-explanatory. They're just taking in donations for National Night Out, which is in August. They do need to move this forward so they can start spending the money. Are there any questions or discussion on this evening? Seeing none, I make a motion that we suspend the rules requiring 3 readings and bring ordinance number 67-2024 forward for a vote.
Second by Councilman Lewis. Roll call for suspension, please.
Gregg?
Yes.
Howard Smith?
Yes.
Lewis?
Yes.
Lombardi?
Yes.
Ray?
Yes.
Sneed?
Yes.
Brian Hoot?
Yes.
And Creamer.
Yes.
8 yes for suspension.
And for passage, please.
Howard Smith?
Yes.
Lewis?
Yes.
Lombardi?
Yes.
Ray?
Yes.
Sneed?
Yes.
Brian Hoot?
Yes.
And Gregg.
Yes.
8 yes for passage.
Kramer.
Oh, I'm sorry. Creamer?
Yes.
Now it's 8 yes for passage.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Ordinance number 67-2024 has passed. Ordinance number 68-2024.
An ordinance authorizing the Director of Public Service and Safety of the City of Massillon, Ohio, to advertise for and receive sealed bids and enter into a contract with the lowest and best bidder upon the approval of the Board of Control for the Lincoln Way Phase 3 Improvement Project and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Sneed.
Thank you, President Slater. This is just for Phase 3. This has been in the works since, I don't know, at least 4 or 5 years ago. The current construction price is $774,251. The city is going to be responsible for 51% of the costs, which is $394,868. At this time, does anybody on council have any questions or unanswered questions from the last work session? Councilor Barron?
Do we have a finance piece or a funding piece that goes with this?
Councilman Lewis.
No, as this was discussed, it's already part of the budgeted allocations for the year. So we wouldn't have to do it as additional appropriation because it's all over the budget.
Any more questions?
All right. At this time, I'd like to waive the rules requiring 3 readings and bring ordinance 68-2024 forward for a vote.
Second by Councilman Kramer. Roll call for suspension, please.
Lewis?
Yes.
Lombardi?
Yes.
Ray?
Yes.
Sneed?
Yes.
Brian Hoot?
Yes.
Creamer?
Yes.
Gregg?
Yes.
And Howard Smith.
Yes.
8 yes for suspension.
And for passage, please.
Lombardi?
Yes.
Ray?
Yes.
Sneed?
Yes.
Brian Hoot?
Yes.
Creamer?
Yes.
Gregg?
Yes.
Howard Smith?
Yes.
And Lewis.
Yes.
8 yes for passage.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Ordinance number 68-2024 has passed. Ordinance number 69-2024.
An ordinance making certain appropriations from the unappropriated balance of 1120 donation fund for the year ending December 31st, 2024, and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Lewis.
Yes, this piece is tied to ordinance number 67. This is taking the donations that we are receiving and appropriating them in the proper account. Are there any questions or discussion this evening? Seeing none, I make a motion to suspend the rules requiring 3 readings, bring ordinance number 69-2024 forward for a vote.
Second by Councilman Gray. Roll call for suspension, please.
Ray,
Yes.
Sneed,
Yes.
Brian Booth,
Yes.
Creamer,
Yes.
Gregg,
Yes.
Harwick Smith,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
and Lombardi.
Yes.
8 yes for suspension.
And for passage, please.
Sneed,
Yes.
Brian Booth,
Yes.
Creamer,
Yes.
Gregg,
Yes.
Harwick Smith,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
and Ray.
Yes.
8 yes for passage.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Ordinance number 69-2024 has passed. Ordinance number 70-2024.
An ordinance making certain appropriations from the unappropriated balance of 1100 general fund for the purpose of income tax refunds for the year ending December 31st, 2024, and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Lewis.
Yes, this is a request to appropriate $50,000 just to fulfill our obligations to fulfill refunds of taxpayers within the city. Are there any questions or discussions? Seeing none, I make a motion that we suspend the rules requiring 3 readings, bring ordinance number 70-2024 forward for a vote.
Second by Councilman Lombardi. Roll call for suspension, please.
Brian Booth,
Yes.
Creamer,
Yes.
Gregg,
Yes.
Harwick Smith,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Ray,
Yes.
and Sneed.
Yes.
8 yes for suspension.
And for passage, please.
Creamer,
Yes.
Gregg,
Yes.
Harwick Smith,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Ray,
Yes.
Sneed,
Yes.
and Brian Booth.
Yes.
8 yes for passage.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Ordinance number 70-2024 has passed. Item number 8, unfinished business.
I have nothing.
Seeing none. Item number 9, petitions and general communications.
Yes, we have a request for a new liquor license for Downtown Massillon Hotel Unlimited, The Hampton, located at 44 First Street Southwest, Massillon, Ohio, 44647. The permit class is D5A and is located in Ward 2.
Councilman Ray, did you receive a copy of this?
Yes, I did, President. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Item number 10, bills, accounts, and claims.
Yes, we have a bill in the amount of $133.35 payable to U.S. Bank Equipment Finance, which is the July payment for our copier.
Councilman Lewis.
Make a motion to pay the bills.
Second by Councilman Lombardi. Roll call, please.
Gregg,
Yes.
Harwick Smith,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Ray,
Yes.
Sneed,
Yes.
Brian Booth,
Yes.
and Creamer.
Yes.
8 yes to pay the bills.
Thank you. The clerk will pay the bills and charge them to the proper accounts. Item number 11, report from city officials.
Yes, we have the mayor's report for June 2024 and the auditor's report for June 2024.
Councilman Lewis.
Make a motion that we accept the auditor's report.
I get a second, please. Councilman Gray. Roll call, please.
Harwick Smith,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Ray,
Yes.
Sneed,
Yes.
Brian Booth,
Yes.
Creamer,
Yes.
and Gregg.
Yes.
8 yes to accept the auditor's report.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Item number 12, reports of committees. Our next work session will be Monday, July 29th, 2024 at 6:30 p.m. And council is off the week of July 22nd. Item number 13, resolutions and requests of council members. Seeing none. Item number 14, call the calendar. Seeing none, item number 15, third reading ordinances and resolutions. Ordinance number 56-2024.
An ordinance amending the rules of Massillon City Council by amending Rule 19, Standing Committees, paren 1 and in paren, and paren 5 in paren, of Section 121.02, Rules of Council of the Codified Ordinances of the City of Massillon, Ohio.
Councilman Gregg.
Thank you, President Slater. We've had given this 3 readings up until this evening. Is there any more discussion or questions? Seeing none, as it has received 3 readings, so we're ready to vote.
Wait a second. Councilman Woods. Roll call for suspension, please. I'm sorry. Roll call for passage.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Ray,
No.
Snead,
Yes.
Brian Booth,
Yes.
Creamer,
Yes.
and Greg.
Yes.
Okay. Greg and Harvick Smith.
Yes.
Okay. So that would be 7 yes, 1 no for passage.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Ordinance number 60-2024 passed.
56.
I'm sorry, 56. I apologize. Second, under 16, second reading ordinances and resolutions. Ordinance number 60-2024.
An ordinance enacting Chapter 778, Adult Use Cannabis Control, under Part 7, Business Regulation Code of the Codified Ordinances of the City of Massillon, Ohio, and declaring an emergency.
Councilwoman Kramer.
Thank you, Mr. President. My intent was to have the amended language to all of you prior to this evening, but I was unsuccessful with that. So I will be working to get that language to all of you prior to the work session on the 29th. So tonight, I will just give this second reading.
Ordinance number 60-2024 have received a second reading. Ordinance number 61-2024.
An ordinance amending Part 11, Planning and Zoning Code, Chapters 1163, 1165, and 1167 of Title 5, Zoning Districts of the Codified Ordinances of the City of Massillon, Ohio, to allow as a permitted use in all B1, B2, and B3 business districts, excluding the historic district, adult use cannabis operators, and declaring an emergency.
Councilwoman Kramer.
Thank you, Mr. President. Same thing goes for this ordinance. My intent was to have the amended language to all of you prior to this evening, but I will be working on that, and you will have it for the July 29th work session. Second reading.
Ordinance number 61-2024 have received its second reading. Ordinance number 62-2024.
An ordinance amending Part 11, Planning and Zoning Code, Chapter 1181 of Title 7, Accessory Buildings, Section 1181.01, paren C in paren, and paren E in paren of the Codified Ordinances of the City of Massillon, Ohio, excuse me, per the attached Exhibit A.
Councilman Lombardi.
Second reading.
Ordinance number 62-2024 have received its second reading. Ordinance number 63-2024.
An ordinance amending Part 11, Planning and Zoning Code, Chapter 1121 of Title 3, Construction of Language, Definitions, Section 1121.02, paren 9 in paren, of the Codified Ordinances of the City of Massillon, Ohio, per the attached Exhibit A.
Councilman Lombardi.
Second reading.
Ordinance number 63-2024 have received its second reading. Item number 17, remarks of delegations and citizens to matters not on the agenda. Is there anyone present this evening who would like to speak on a topic that did not appear on the agenda? If so, please come forward, state your name, and word other than the topic you wish to discuss. And please limit your comments to 4 minutes or less. Thank you.
Brooke Longhire, Ward 2. I'm just curious to know, since January 1st of 2023, how much grant money has went to this city? And of that grant money, how much has been returned unused? Specifically in the buildings, on the buildings, into which buildings? Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
I'm David McCune. I'm a resident of the 6th Ward here in the city of Massillon. And I'm here tonight to once again address the federally illegal actions of Councilman Sneed. The night that he showed up at my house demanding that I had questions for him, and he was there to answer them. Again, and still, I don't have any questions for you. Tonight I want to address quotes I read in a recent newspaper article regarding Mr. Sneed's actions when he showed up to my house. First and foremost, I want to stress to Mr. Sneed that we share nothing personal. You are, in fact, the type of person that I will not associate with in my real life. Secondly, when you showed up at my door, you showed up in an official capacity, stating that you were there for me to answer questions to you that I didn't have. Again, we share nothing personal. It's unfortunate Ms. Cunningham's not here tonight, because in that same article, she as much as called me a liar. And I don't take kindly to be called a liar. Everything I've said before this body is 100% true, and I stand behind it. Those of you here in this body, and specifically Mrs. Cunningham, should go online maybe and read some of the quotes, some of the comments about Mr. Sneed and his coercion and intimidation online. In fact, it appears that Mr. Sneed is the keyboard warrior he accused me of being. Also, I found in these comments that I'm not the first person he showed up at their door of. The other person, he showed up at their place of employment. So as you can see, you have a rogue member of this council who fancies himself a bully. It has become very apparent, but from those comments on Massillon Live, that this man fashions himself a bully and demands attention from all members of council. I have to gather my thoughts because I really hate being called a liar. Everything that has been fashioned here, has been quoted here, has been documented here, is 100% the truth. To address people like Ms. Cunningham and others that want to try to call me a liar, I will voluntarily take a lie detector test. I am that sure that everything I've said I stand behind, if Mr. Sneed will take one as well. All right? So again, I demand that this body formally censor Mr. Sneed, in the hope that his party leadership will act accordingly. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm a little short. Hi, my name is Stephanie Reynolds. I'm new to the community and new to this meeting. I'm not sure which ward I belong to, but I live on 56 5th Street Southeast. I am the new homeowner of that property. I received a code violation under the Recreational Vehicle Code 1365.01. I'm just curious as to how this harms other community members and neighborhood members. I have entered the deed of that home, paid off, nearly a month ago, about a month and a week ago. And I have massive goals to reconstruct that home, as it should be a single family home per the neighborhood, wishes and requirements. At this time, this code violation has caused a call for me to vacate the property. I have nowhere else to go. So I am asking for some suggestions, reprieve, or something to that effect. I have no idea what to do. I am, like I said, I'm pretty new to Ohio. I moved out here from Southern California to escape their horrendous actions. But yeah, I would like some solutions on how we can go forward with this. Apparently, there is a permit that is required for me to have it there, but it is only authorized for 72-hour periods at a time. So I'm really confused as to what's going on. Thank you.
Thank you.
Did you sign the sheet?
Thank you.
Or should I say print?
And which ward would that be in?
Ward 3. Thank you.
That's my ward,
Oh,
Ward 3.
okay.
I'll talk to you after the meeting.
Sure.
Thank you, Mr. Gray.
Good evening, Gail Danzy, Ward 1, I think. I have a question for council. I want to know, is it written anywhere that this council is governed by Robert's Rules of Order? And I would like for someone, whoever can answer that for me, to tell me that. Because I believe that some of the concerns that we have going on right now, if you were governed by Robert's Rules of Order, it wouldn't be taking place. Also, while I realize the council president, it is really, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, your responsibility to address concerns that come concerning council. So I'm hoping that at some point you are going to address the things that have come up. And I'll just add that I'm a victim of Mr. Sneed also. Second, has the position for the Equal Employment Officer been posted yet? Or has anyone been contacted to fill this position? I think I was told, because I just kind of stopped coming. I know y'all recognize that and probably haven't even have. But I had some concerns tonight, so that's why I'm back tonight. This was told to me, we're in council, I'm thinking at least 2 or 3 months ago, that position was being not filled because the mayor was waiting to make it a full-time position and not a part-time position so that more people would apply. So I just want to know, has it been made any position, and has anyone applied? There's money from the state that could be made available to Massillon for the historic Lincoln Highway. It is a historic Lincoln Highway that passes through downtown Massillon. So there is money available from the state that could come to Massillon that could help restore or do things in downtown Massillon. So I was wondering if anyone was interested in securing that money, since I do watch council every week, since we're trying to get tax dollars any way we can. I just wondered if anyone was interested in applying for some of that money that is available. And Canton has received some of that money because Lincoln Highway is historic and it runs through Canton as well as Massillon. So that's the money that's available to us, and we're just looking for dollars. One of the things I said in an interview that I was involved in is that there's money out there. There's lots of money that the city could get if anyone is interested in applying. And my last question is, during election time, it was brought up that we would love to have some open forums with council where the public can speak to council prior to council meetings, maybe once or twice a month, whenever that would be allowed, so that the things that you vote on each week, you get to discuss with the residents that elected you before you decide how you're going to vote. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Hi, my name is John. If there's ever anything I can do, don't hesitate to ask. That sounds like an open invitation to come talk to me. Probably take a lie detector and learn that, and no, that's the truth. I'm from Jackson also, I grew up there. A lot of what we learned when we were younger was simply 10 o'clock was the cutoff to make phone calls, to visit, things like that. If it was daylight outside, we went and knocked on doors, but I mean, I guess that was 20-some years ago. Things are definitely a lot different now. So, lots of interpretations that can change over the years, I guess. Ultimately, I wanted to make mention of something that was brought up for this whole issue, and that was simply this. The original point, I believe, that I had seen online was simply to care for people, to care for their lives, to care for their well-being, to make sure that something simple as a football game, people do not get harmed, they can enjoy it, and we do our best to make sure that we protect everybody as best we can, even if that's, that's definitely something that's above where I would know to start, but I know hopefully you guys would know, Board of Education, somewhere along those lines, would be where we could start that process. This is definitely something that's bigger than just one person, but I guess other people want to make it about themselves, so. That's all I got to say on that one. Thank you.
Anyone else? Item 18, Councilman Kramer,
I make a motion that we adjourn.
second by Councilman Lombardi. Roll call, please.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Ray,
Yes.
Sneed,
Yes.
Ryan Booth. Yes. Kramer,
Yes?
Ray,
Yes.
Howard Smith,
Yes.
and Lewis.
Yes.
8 yes to adjourn.